Don't worry. This is your stop.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Hello. I know it's been a hot day today. It's been very hot. Hello everyone in chat. I am absolutely knackered. I've just come back from eating out and I've had a nice like waffle and it was really nice, but I should have made this stream later. Hello, thank you so much for joining everyone tonight live at 7 PM on Friday. Hello, how are we all doing? Hello everyone, how are we doing? We'll wait for more people to get on stream tonight. Can you tell? Look at my forehead, it's sweating. It's like I've never done running before, but I had to come back and try and be on time. We're not too bad. 4 minutes late past 7. Not too bad. Hello Coaster and Max. Hello everyone in chat. Thank you so much for joining us live tonight. Do you like it? Busch Gardens water bottle. There we go. I know I'm boiling in this room. It is hot. I can't even open the window because it's too loud outside. Hello everyone. How are we doing? Anyone been to any theme parks recently that they want to share their experience with? If you haven't, if you watched yesterday's video, we went through some very interesting reviews of Alton Towers, which was quite funny. Very funny, actually. Hello, everyone. Hello. We've got some interesting topics to talk about today, including a big announcement trip that I'm so excited to go on. I've wanted to go to this park for like ever, and I'm so happy that I'm finally going to this park. How was Port Ventura? It was very good. Love Port Ventura. Shambhala. Best ride, one of the best rides in the world. Dragon Khan is good, it's getting smoother, and Uncharted was bad. Uncharted is a terrible ride. Went to Thor Park a week ago, did you have fun? Did you have fun? That's the main thing. Hyperia, still running well. Saw Coaster Studios went on Hyperia as well, which is quite funny to watch. Went to Thor Park a week ago, yeah, Thor Park's a good park. It's improved a lot. Tomorrow, I'll be off to nowhere, actually. I'll need to update you on the wave. It wasn't too different from the front row. I didn't think nearer the back, the 0G was much better. I'll be riding the wave next weekend, finally. But yeah, I've heard interesting stuff. You say it's very similar, but I'm interested to ride it. Is it better sit down or standing up? Shockwave versus the wave. Let me know your thoughts. Which is better? Second time finding you fearless. Row 9 is the row to be. If you can be on row 9, you know, it's a good row. Dave's Adventures, thank you so much. Welcome to Bronze TPE. Yeah, if you didn't know, there are memberships on the channel that I created, and you get like early exclusive access to videos, stuff like that. So yeah, how are you, man? I'm very good, thank you, Cole Sedo. I'm very good. I hope I said that right. Going to 1,000 in a week, hopefully not too busy. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too busy, but we are going to talk about that later because school trips have stopped. Yes, school trips have stopped to theme parks, and excuse me, we can finally enjoy them without so many school trips and without the queues being 100 minutes and 160 minutes for the big one the other day. Unbelievable. 160 minutes, that's over 2 hours. I'm not going to work out the maths. Coaster Studios went to Thorpe. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's a very interesting watch to see his reaction on Hyperia. It's such a good ride. Like, we're very lucky to have it in the UK. It's certainly more comfortable sitting down. Yeah, especially for males. How was the Oblivion when you went to Alton Towers, please? I really want to ride it. Oblivion's a great ride. It does what it says. And if you're scared of it, don't be scared because it's over in like 2 seconds. Only ridden Hyperia twice. It's a good ride. If you can, go and ride it more. But top tip, ride it at the end of the day. The last an hour, it's on like 30 minutes, 50 minutes. It's not too bad. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, what did you queue 2 hours and 40 minutes for? Wow. Gold Rush opens next week. Yes, Dave's Adventure. Gold Rush does open next week. It's going to be good. Who's there? Who's there for Drayton Manor's Gold Rush opening day? Because I will be, and it's looking like a very interesting coaster. I mean, we talked about that last week in that stream, but I'll talk about it a little bit later because it's opening and Drayton Manor deserve a lot of people there and, you know, getting people down to that part. They haven't had a coaster since 2011, so it deserves, you know, a bit of attention. Oakwood theme park last week. Speed was rougher than last year. Megaphobia is insane as always. I'd love to get back to Oakwood. Last time I went there was 2017, a very long time ago. and I'm really worried about Oakwood in terms of the state that it's in. From pictures that I've seen, the park is obviously they had that incident with Bounce the other day. I'm not too sure what happened with Bounce, whether it was just the media blowing it out of proportion or I don't know, but something happened with Bounce. And yeah, it's not looking good for Oakwood in terms of the future. I think they need to be bought out, to be honest, by a company to save it. Are you in RC? No, I'm not in the Roller Coaster Club of Great Britain. I'm there opening day. I'll see you all open the day if you're there. Hi, just joined, I'm late. No worries. There's no detentions for being late here. I ridden Hyperion opening day Friday in May. Yes. Luckily you got on it. I went on the Saturday and they weren't having it. Hyperion just broke. Have you heard about... That's what I'm wondering. What happened with the drop tower in Oakwood in Wales? Can anyone inform me on what happened? Because apparently it broke. I'm not sure how true that is though. 28 people watching. Thank you so much. 19 people watching. Sorry. I can't see very well. Drayton Manor is my local theme park. Yeah, same for me. It's quite close. I went there as a kid, like a really small one. It's a really good park. Has a lot of memories. I tried to go Oakwood like 2 years ago, but the whole park was closed. This was during the close season. I know, it's a weird park. I can't see it surviving, unfortunately. It's one of those, like, you know, you want a theme park to survive, but Oakwood's just one of those where, I don't know, it's looking uncertain. And a lot of the rides are closed. They haven't had a lot of investment. It's just sat there, really, isn't it? Look on the website on the blog section. There's a video about what happened to Bounce. Yeah, I'll have a look later because I want to be informed about what happened, basically. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bounce dropped too low and the shock absorbent bounced up and then it e-stopped. I have no idea. Like, I genuinely have no idea what happened with Bounce. That's why I'm wondering what happened. Take that W, a grain of salt. I could be misremembering. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. Merlin needs to buy Oakwood. Yeah, I think... You know, you don't really want parks to be bought out by big companies, but I think sometimes it is the best option. Drop down, hit the shock absorbers, e-stop. Yeah, we've heard... Yeah, well, someone said that above. Could be, yeah. I'm sweating. Can you see the sweat on my forehead? Incredible. It's hot in here. It's hot. The brakes didn't activate somehow. The car smashing us. Yeah, I've heard like loads of things. I think the media are blowing it out of proportion. I'm not sure, though. I'm not too sure about the Oakwood accident. I farted on it and it broke. Okay. Okay. Stops halfway. Taco Bell crazy. Okay. Anyway, we've got some topics to talk about today, including a big trip that I'm finally going on, and I'll talk about that a bit later. But Gold Rush is opening this weekend. Excited for that. Will you be there on opening day? I'll be there on the Saturday. I won't be there on the Friday, but I will be there on the Saturday. So hopefully some of you are there and we can kind of talk about Gold Rush and how it is. There's going to be different sequences on it. It's going to be a very interesting ride, definitely. Family coaster. Perfect fit for Drayton. It's going to be a good time. Make Bluestones next door quake for the noise of the guests. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure. If the Looping Group bought Oakwood, it would be great. Yeah, Looping is a good company. Look at what they've done to Drayton Manor. They've completely transformed that park. 2018, 2019 were dark times for Drayton, but what they've been through and what they've come out with these past few years has been incredible. The River Rapids, the Wave, Vikings that they did. I mean, removing Apocalypse was interesting, but we got a new coaster out of it. Whether it's going to justify the replacement of Apocalypse, I'm not sure, but we got a new coaster. And there, lucky for you, it'll be open till 7 PM. Will it? I didn't know that. Perfect. I'm going on opening day. Have a great time, Frankie. Oh my god, wait. How did you get your posters to stay on the wall? Because they don't stay on the wall. That is the answer to that question. They don't stay on the wall. Every single day of the week, I'm putting those posters back up with blue tack. They're just ripping. You can see that one's got like a little bit of a tear in it. They just keep... I need new ones. Do Alton Towers still sell them? I don't know. I know. Anyway, let's get on to topics. The announcement I wanted to make. I'm going to be heading to Europa Park. This is a park that I wanted to go for ages, and it looks incredible. I'm going to be doing Europa Park for 2 days and Rolantica. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's an expensive park to go to, but it's in Germany. We know European parks do theming great, and I've always wanted to go. You've got Blue Flyer, and of course, new for 2024, Voltron. It looks incredible. It's a Mack Rides, obviously owned by Mack, but it looks so good, and I really want to ride it, and going to Europa Park will be incredible. I've just wanted to go for this park for ages, and it looks incredible. It really does. Thank you so much. There'll be loads of vlogs as well from the water park. 2-day theme park vlog as well. It's going to be great. Blue Flyer. I can't remember what the B&M Hyper's called. That's bad. I should know that. I know, yeah, I'm so excited to go. I'm so thankful because I want to go to this park for ages, and we're going in August. I think the 20 something of August, and yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Gonna have loads of vlogs on the way as well from it. Have a good time. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining as well tonight. Thank you. We'll end it about 8 tonight because I am knackered and I'm sweating and this room is boiling and I feel like I'm just gonna melt. Hope you get on a good train on Voltron. Yeah, I've heard that it's rough, but I'll be judging that when we're there. And I've heard there's some surprises on the inside, or rather seen that there's a little bit of a drop track, apparently, and it shakes a bit. Don't know how true that is, but we'll see. Wait, I know what they could do. Yeah, I think, yeah, as I said, Oakwood, I think it needs to be bought out at this point. Blue Fire, not Blue Flyer. Sorry, not Blue Flyer, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Blue Flyer, the Mac coaster at Europa Park. Not Blue Flyer, Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Anyway, let's talk about Alton Towers Scarefest, because this is another interesting topic. We're getting new mazes, which is good. What the mazes will be, we're unsure of, but we do know that the Alton Towers dungeon is going to be used. There's a building being built behind Curse of the Autumn Manor, and there's a new scare maze being built where Darkest Depths used to be. So there's 3 new buildings that they can use for Scarefest. Don't think the towers will be used this season. Altonville Mine Tools will be returning for like the 2nd century. And yeah, I think Daz Games as well will be returning as well. So that's like 5 good attractions that we have returning. Altonville Mine Tools need to go, but we have 3 new ones. I think it's going to be Curse of the Autumn Manor themed, the one behind there. I don't think it'll be Nemesis themed. I don't want them to kind of drag that on a bit. We've had a lot of Nemesis recently, and Project Ocean's being built. Yeah, Project Ocean is coming along well. Yeah, the concrete walls have been built. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what they do with the Scarefest this year, because it's been very stale. It's been like a cake that's been sat on the shelf for like 3 years. It just doesn't taste as good. It doesn't have the passion that was in it. But I think this year that's going to be reinstalled. And I think it will be a great year for Scarefest. Lots of stuff being redone. Just lots of stuff happening with Scarefest, which will be great. I bet one of the mazes will have to do with Emily Orton and stuff. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I think it will be Emily Orton. I can't see it being Nemesis, to be fair, because we've had a lot of Nemesis recently. And as good as the Nemesis theme and brand is, I don't want them to overuse it. I think that's the key point. If they keep overusing Nemesis, then it can get a bit boring at times, you know. What do you think the new maze near Curse will be? Curse maze. I don't think it'll be Nemesis. I think we've had a lot of Nemesis this year, especially Project Ocean as well. We still haven't had that. I know some people at Towers, they're saying it's going to be an amazing Scarefest, but they won't tell me anything. They're keeping it secret. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Alton Towers Scarefest. Fort Park, we've confirmed we have got a new maze coming to Fort Park this year. Don't know where it will be, but we do know there will be a new Scarefest, new Fright Nights maze for Fort Park. I think it'll be in the building where Black Mirror Labyrinth is. It makes sense. What it'll be themed to, no idea. But they're going to make use of that building, aren't they? And Fright Nights is better than Scarefest. But that could all change this year. You have to be in it to win it. Well, Burial Grounds is being rebuilt. So yeah, that will return Burial Grounds. That's good. Scare Zone or whatever that you can walk through. And it's free of charge, of course, obviously. Hashtag bring back Phalanx Man. Bring him back. Please. We all want him. We need more scare zones. Like, yeah, I think maybe they'll do an Nemesis scare zone. I mean, it's pretty much a scare zone already, really, when you think about it, because they've got actors roaming there already. You reckon it'll be a scare maze of running through Emily's dolls? Yeah, probably something like that. It's easy to theme to. They could literally do anything with Emily Orton, and it'll be scary. Just have her go through her past childhood traumas or something. Subterra is basically a scare maze. Yeah, they can easily use that. Just what they need to do in Nemesis Subterra is add more scare actors to it. There's like one scare actor carrying the whole thing, poor lad. He's carrying the whole thing and scaring all these people. They need like 2 or 3 in there at least. 2 people when the lift doors open. You can have 2 actors there and then 1 in the corridor. Obviously it costs more though, that's the thing. But yes! I forgot what I was going to say then. Hyperia, that's what I was going to say. Is it getting rough? There's been claims online that it's been getting rough. From my experiences, I haven't had a rough ride on Hyperia. The only rough ride I've had was on back row 10, and that was rough. But apart from that, I haven't been on any rough roads on Hyperia. That's all I'm gonna say. And we're gonna have Hex returning at Alton Towers this Scarefest potentially. It's gonna be interesting to finally get back on Hex. There's gonna be big ride hardware changes. And we already know that there's changed a lot to the theming and queue line, the lights in there, the TVs and the effects have all been upgraded. It's going to be a pretty big change. I think that's been slept on at the minute, but Hex will definitely surprise us. Nope, not at all. I don't really know what you're replying to there, but yeah. Hyperia isn't rough, it's just a little vibrator. Yeah, I agree, yeah. High theme park screams, it has got a little rattle, but only on particular rows. That's what I think. Yeah, I love Hex. Yeah, Hex is returning. Skyride isn't though. That's still closed. Can't wait for Hex. Yeah, everyone's excited for Hex. It's iconic ride. Iconic ride. You got to give it. It's one of the best dart rides in UK, and it's good. It's a good dart ride. Can't wait for Gold Rush next week though. This is genuinely one that I hyped for because Drayton Manor was my first proper big theme park. It was my first theme park going to and going on an inverting coaster, which is G-Force. Rest in peace. And it's exciting to see it get investment. No, there was a very scary time for Drayton Manor where we all thought, could this be the end? But it wasn't, and they got through it. So, fair play to them. It's got a little rattly, yay, love Hex. Yeah, Hyperia's not rough, it's just fast. Yeah, it is fast. But the question is, and I've asked this a lot this week, Hyperia or Shambhala? That is the question. B&M or Mac? I have to go with Shambhala, but I do give credit for Hyperia for being unique and different because a lot of the B&M hypercoasters can be pretty much the same and not very innovative with the layouts, whereas Hyperia is pretty innovative and, you know, you don't see that random out twist thing. It's weird. I'm in the exact same boat as you. G-Force is my first... Yeah, there we go, Alton Dweller. There we go, we're in the same boat. G-Force, what do you think of G-Force? Would you like it to come back to Drayton? I have a very soft spot for Mara, but they kind of peaked at spinning coasters, then didn't do anything. They just kind of left it. Left it to rot. Like, they just did spinning coasters and called it a day. I've never been to Hex, so I'm super excited to get on it. Yeah, it's a really, really good dart ride. I used to think that was a little bit overhyped, but I can understand the sentimental and the historic value that Hex has. Hyperia over Shambhala, fair enough. Honestly, the comment section has been like outrageous this week. Like the amount of backlash between people and the arguments that I've been seeing. Like, calm down, calm down. Like people proper fighting over Hyperia or Shambhala. It's been funny to view though, funny to view. How many people got on the stream? 16 watching. Thank you so much for watching this week. I feel like the tallest coaster is such an odd record. Yeah, it's one of those. It's like very marketing point. It don't really make a big difference. I have news. The bounce incident was a ride malfunction where the cart didn't drop at normal speed, then started jaggedly bouncing until E stopped. Was called, no one injured. This is from Oakwood. Right. So the ride malfunctioned. The cart didn't drop at normal speed. Okay, I kind of get the idea. Have you got any fun memories at a theme park? Oh, so many memories. It's hard to... I've got loads of pictures as well when I was younger at Drayton Manor. Going on the rapids, as it was known back then, Splash Canyon, was a very fond rapids. You know, I was like... I'd say that's probably the most sentimental ride going on there. It was very fun. When it had all the water effects, the wave machine bashing with the other boats. It was a very cool ride experience. And of course, rapids has really had a great fall and down in the UK. No wave machines on Congo anymore. The only wave machine in the UK on a rapids is at Fort Park. And Fort Park Rapids is shambles, really. Like, the only good bit is what even is the point of having that shed? You just go through a shed with a waterfall and they call it a day. But yeah, I have a lot of theme park memories that are fun and yeah, a lot of memories. A lot of memories. I remember going G-Force, that was fun. And then going on Shockwave, because G-Force used to have a lower height restriction than Shockwave. So you used to go on G-Force and then be like, yeah, we're building up to the big Shockwave. When you were on Shockwave, you were just elite. Like, when you got to the height restriction of Shockwave, that was just like, you're up there, you're elite. But they didn't do it. I thought Alton Towers were going to tell the lineup of Scarefest today during the audition. I don't know. I honestly do not know. I didn't even know there was an audition going on, to be fair. You hit 5k so not that long ago. Last stream, and now you're already on 5.2. Yes! I want to say, yeah, sorry. That reminded me. Thank you so much for the support recently. Like, in terms of subscribers and the growth of this channel has been incredible. Like, we sat here 2 weeks ago, like, getting the subscribers up to 5,000, and now we're on 5,211. It's incredible. Honestly, thank you so, so much. It means the world. It really does. I forgot that you went to Port Ventura, Spain. Yeah, Port Ventura was good. I mean, Ferrari Land is a pretty shambolic park, I've got to be honest. I queued, can you believe it? Okay, let's have a little vote. How long do you think I queued at 5 o'clock for Red Force? If you've seen the community post, then you're cheating. But how long do you think I queued for Red Force at Portaventura? A, 1 hour. B, 2 hour. 3, over 3 hours. Put your vote in. But yeah, Ferrari Land, it needs new coasters. It needs more rides. You can't have a theme park that you're charging to, by the way. You're charging to, and you've got one ride in it. You've got one roller coaster. Like, you can't do that. Imagine going into Alton Towers, right? One day, right? You go into Alton Towers, and you have £19 you spend to get in there, right? And they've got one ride. They've got Oblivion. There'd be uproar, wouldn't there? But somehow Portaventura managed to get away with it at Ferrari Land. They've got one ride, 2 shot and drop towers. I don't know how they do. I don't know how they get away with charging for that park. And waiting... Let's see your comments, sorry. I was about to reveal it there. Over 3 hours, yeah, you got it. Yeah, over 3 hours. Wait, 3.5 hours for Red Force. It's unbelievable what that park do. It does feel a bit cheeky what they do. And do you want to know the most cheekiest thing that they do? They charge €30, right, for the fast track for Red Force. And then they charge €32 for the rest of the rides. So that means that the worth of the rest of the rides in that park are worth €2. It shows the value of those 2 S&S drop towers and the Ferrari Dart Ride and the other little bits in that park. They need an expansion plan for that park, honestly. They need an expansion plan. Lauren Reese, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. 5, you're a great YouTuber. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And the support has just been great these past few weeks, honestly. Thank you so, so much. We've got a very exciting video coming out on Sunday or Monday where I'll be reacting to the most outrageous Alton Towers reviews I've heard and found on TripAdvisor. That's long to queue for. Yeah, mate, it was a long queue. I was dying in it. It was the heat. It was the exhaustion. There wasn't any even Wi-Fi in the queue. And I refuse to use the data because it's like a fortune to use. I think if Oblivion was the Alton Towers coaster, the park would turn into a toilet bowl. Yeah, it would. It really would. Busch Gardens bottle. No hurries, Reese. Mr. Reese. Mrs. Reese. Lauren Reese. Sorry. I really don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. But Universal Studios, England or UK, whatever you want to call it. It's coming along. Do we think it will happen? I think it will happen. I think we're past the stage of thinking whether it will happen or not. I think it genuinely will happen. Because Universal Studios UK will just be a game changer. For Merlin and all of the parks in the UK, it will genuinely be a game changer. Merlin can't sit on their bums anymore and let things slide. They will actually have to do big things to compete with Universal Studios UK. I'm really sorry. I've just noticed that the lighting is really bad in here. Like, it's really bad lighting. And also, like, you can see all the white on that. Let's just turn that around. Oh, it's the light reflection. Sorry. Alton Towers should get a water coaster. 110%. I said this about a year ago. Alton Towers need more water rides. What water rides do we have? Congo River Rapids and the Mutiny Bay one. Shocking. I've only been to 2 European parks, Emerald and Plopsaland. I would love to go to Plopsaland. I think maybe this October or September. We'll see when the park gets quieter, because obviously it's summer now. It's going to get a bit busier. Emerald Park. Would love to go to Emerald Park. I've got family in Ireland, so it'd be pretty fun to go there. Go Emerald Park. And they've got the new Vekoma coasters, haven't they? That'll be pretty good to get on. The inverted and the sit-down boomerang. They'll be pretty, very, very cool to ride. Thank you so much. 18 people watching tonight. It's great, honestly, to have 18 people. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but to have 18 of you live watching is incredible. Do I think Project Horizon will happen? Yes, but not anytime soon. Next 5 years, maybe. I think Alton Towers' strategy is to install flat rides over the next few years. Install flat rides, then worry about coasters. We've just had Nemesis Reborn. Thanks, Alton Towers, for Nemesis Reborn. But we need more flat rides. Ripsaw, anything. A breakdance, maybe, potentially. I'd love to see a gyro swing at Alton Towers. But obviously the tree line restriction is a bit of a hit and miss. But let me know what flat rides you would like to see at Alton Towers, apart from Nemesis, apart from Ripsaw Revenge. Because that will be happening. That will be happening. Ripsaw will be returning. What is your opinion of Colossus at Thorpe Park? Love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes it can be alright, sometimes it can be bad. But I will never ever forgive Colossus, because this is a serious story coming up. Let's turn the volume down. This is a serious story, right? I went on Colossus. I pulled down those over-the-head restraints. I was on the back, kind of near the back. I was on the back of a car. Climb the lift hill, pretty decent ride, rough as anything, but we get into the brake run. The other train is absolutely taking ages to load. I sit there, I wait, and my leg is aching like crazy. It is like I've got cramp in my leg and I'm sitting in this tight as anything car and my leg was like got cramp and I was just dying. I wanted to cry. I genuinely wanted to cry. I just wanted to get a tissue and wipe my eyes because I don't think I've ever experienced that much hurt on a roller coaster. Having cramp in Colossus. Honestly, if you're quite tall, then like you're going to have a struggle with Colossus. And I'm not the tallest of people. There's people way taller than me. But if you are of average height, then Colossus is a bit of a cram. I think they should have a ghost train at Alton Towers. We've just had Curse of the Emily Alton though. Curse of the Alton Manor. So I can't see a ghost train coming for a while, if I'm honest. I want to see the same model that they had for Mixtape and the Retro Squad. Yeah, as long as it's permanent, I don't care. Oh my god, mate, Colossus is god awful. It is, it's awful. But they need new trains and it'd be pretty decent. But in the next few weeks, I will be heading down from Ringo Land and getting on sick. Because I genuinely want to do that coaster. It looks good. It's so small and rougher than Saw. It is so much rough. It is rough. But Saw's getting rough. Let's not leave Saw out of this because that coaster is getting rough. Let's say that. That coaster is getting proper rough, that. Do you think Alton Towers should update the Runaway Mine train to the new style Mack trains? I probably wouldn't say that's a priority for Alton Towers at the minute. Would I like to see them do it? Yeah, of course. Updating anything is always great. But I think the priority for Alton Towers right now, from the reviews that I've seen on TripAdvisor, and you'll see in the video coming out Sunday and Monday, the reviews that I've seen on TripAdvisor, every single one that I've seen has mentioned ride availability. Alton Towers need to just get that right, because at the minute, they're having rides that have closed a lot, and I'm usually really supportive about Alton Towers, but having a lot of rides closed at 10 o'clock when the park opens, it just isn't a good look, and sets the tone for the rest of the day for guests. Because if you get in and like 5 of the rides are closed, that's already set like a bad, you know, a bad vibe for people that are there. Huss Breakdance in Mutiny Bay in place of the old Twistertron. There wasn't a, I think you mean X Sector. Yeah, pretty much anything in X Sector because that part of the park is looking bare. And when I say bare, is got nothing. It's got a few pizza vans down there. Sick is 100 times better than Colossus. Yeah, Sick does look good. I do definitely want to ride it. It looks incredible. We did Flamingo Land last year. How was it, Dave's Adventure? How was Flamingo Land? Because I went in there 2020 and it was a decent park, but I've heard it's gone downhill a little bit. So I'm not sure how true that is. I've heard from people that it's gone down a bit. What do you think of Alton Towers Creator Con? I wasn't invited. Which is, I'm not big enough yet. I need to rack up the subscribers, but it did look like an incredible event. And some of the merchandise that they were auctioning off, I saw obviously Sean got that big, what do you call it? Like, the wheel caps for Nemesis. I saw another person who got the control panel for the old ghost train that used to be where Curse of the Alton Manor is. Looked like an incredible event. I would have loved to go if I got invited. Alton Towers, please, the next event. I'm only joking, but it looked incredible. Some of the exclusive merch pieces that they were offering there, man, I would have paid loads. It would have been a one hell of a shopping day, that's for sure. Did you see the 72-year-old on Netflix? Yeah, I saw that on the One Show the other day. Yeah, I can't believe it. Fair play to her. Hopefully when I'm 72, hopefully I make it to 72. Hopefully I'll still be riding coasters like her. If Smiler had a pre-show about the Ministry of Joy, that would be cool. Yeah, Smiler pre-show. Maybe in the next few streams we can talk about what the Smiler was actually going to be, because the concept plans for the Smiler were much more different to what we actually got. We've done 9 roller coasters at Flamingo Land. Yeah, they've got some decent ones, like Hero. We'll leave that there. I went at the end of June, and I must say it's a good park. I can't lie, some of the staff were kind of rude and passive aggressive. I've heard things about the staff at Flamingo Land, but yeah. Anyway, we have got some big exciting things to talk about, because if you've seen Digital Dan's video, you would have seen that there's a new ride system coming to the UK, and it's like an indoor simulator water ride style thing. And it's very interesting. What park will this be coming to? They said it'll be coming in the summer. Could it be Alton Towers? Could it be the Alton Towers Dungeons? Most likely it's going to be Flamingo Land with the Lost River. But if this is done well, I could see it being pretty successful. Don't like Hero. Yeah, Hero's terrible ride. It honestly is. Zamperla Valère, I think it is. Honestly, no, we've had a really good this season with theme parks in terms of like the investment that we're getting. Merlin have been pumping it in. Minifigure Speedway still yet to ride that. I need to go Legoland. It's just a bit far and the traffic's quite a lot to London, but I will go there at some point. We've had Hyperia, we've had Nemesis Reborn, we've had a lot. We've had a lot this year. Do you think Alton Towers could put the Wicker Man pre-show rolling to increase throughput? Yeah, I don't think they'll get rid of that pre-show though. I think it will always stay how it is. I think Alton Towers like that experience, and I understand why. But obviously, just hold up the queue a little bit. But it's not bad. I do like the pre-show. Let the ceremony commence. It's a good pre-show. Thank you so much to all 18 people that are watching tonight. Thank you all so much. Obviously, last Sunday we had the England game. We'll leave that there. We won't talk about that too much. We'll leave that there. Javier Ridge Condor at Wallaby, Belgium. Never been to the park. I'd love to ride it. I'd love to go there. And I'd love to go to Belgium. I've never been before. We're going Legoland Windsor for the first time this year in September. Oh, have a good time. September is always a good time for Legoland as well, because they always have less queues. And I forgot to mention, Planet Coaster 2 is coming out. Planet Coaster 2 is coming out finally. And are we finally going to get switch tracks? Please? Planet Coaster, if you're listening, can we get switch tracks? Please? Thank you. When you went to Thorpe, did you do Ghost Train? I've done Ghost Train many times. It's bad in my opinion. The actors do a great job and fair play to them. Keeping that up all day, I don't think I could do their job. But the actual ride itself, it's just... You can tell it's not really had much investment. They took the VR sets and they were like, what can we do to this Ghost Train that's going to make us spend the least amount of money as possible? Let's put a flying phantom in. Plopsaland is in Belgium. Yes, it is, yeah. Plopsaland. But if I go Plopsaland, probably wouldn't do Wallaby Belgium at the same time. But I definitely want to do Ride to Happiness because it looks fantastic. The pre-show for Wicker Man is the exact same capacity as the ride itself, so it can't hold up the queue. Yeah, that would make sense, to be fair. Oh my god, you don't like Ghost Train? I love it. It's great. We all have different opinions, but in my opinion, I just don't like Ghost Train. The theatrical side, I'm not really into that kind of stuff. I'd rather have, like, proper things to look at. Kind of like Curse of the Autumn Manor. But to be fair, when I first went on Curse, I thought, oh, this is a bit bad. But actually, when you went on it more, and they added more stuff, it got much better. Okay, explain the 3 to 4 empty trays. Oh, we've got a bit of a debate going on in the comments here. Hi, guys. Hi, Mania Corrupt the Art. I think I read that right. Hi from Fran. It would he's yeah. You got a debate going on with that Wicker Man stuff. I tell you, it is boiling in here. I am sweating. But Hyperia at Fort Park, that could do with some theming. Talking about that Wicker Man pre-show, Hyperia, it left a lot to be desired in theming, but the rider's experience is great. If they just did a little bit more with the landscaping of Hyperia, I feel like the coaster could have been better. Like, look at that disgusting lake that we have for Hyperia. It's literally like got moss growing on it. I'm sure there's like some undiscovered virus in there, because that Hyperia lake is disgusting, and the splashdown don't even work half the time either. Of course, budget cuts and everything, but they could have done a little bit more with that landscaping. Come on, Thorpe. My internet is acting up. Hell, my internet. Oh no, not the Hyperia theming. Yeah, I'm not sure whether we can do theming. Actually, calling Hyperia having theming is an insult to like Nemesis Reborn, which has some incredible theming. So, Hyperia, is it even landscaped? Can we even call it landscaped? It feels like they just, shoveled all the dirt to the side. Massive props to the UK for not raining today. Well, in my area anyway. I know it's boiling out there. It is boiling. But yeah, massive props to the UK for not raining today. We've actually got a pretty sunny day. Hyperia needs the 2 large rings on the side of the support structure. Could be pretty cool. How are we thinking to the colour scheme of Hyperia? It was a very interesting one they went to. Gold and white. Interesting. Hyperia is way too short of a duration. Yeah, it's short but sweet and it packs a punch. That pretty much summarises the layout. But what they could do with Hyperia is just landscape it. Not every coaster needs to be themed. I do agree with that. But if they could just landscape it a little bit more, it would be great. It would just be great. Please, Fort Park. We also had, I saw the other day some construction photos of Stealth, and it's really interesting to see how the structure is actually built. Like the top hat comes all in one piece and they just kind of link it to the rest of the track. It's quite cool. I think Hyperion is stylized rather than themed. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. It's definitely stylized, but I don't think the stylizing really got what it wanted to achieve. I feel like, you know, it's one of those. I want to go there. Yeah. How many roller coasters have you ridden? I've got to be honest, I don't actually keep count of coasters. I will start to. One day I did say that I'd just like make a big Excel spreadsheet of just everything and just sit there for hours, just thinking of every single coaster I've been on, from little caterpillars to Smiler. Like I will sit there and document it. But at this time, it's unknown. And I don't know how many coasters I've been on. Apparently they've announced to the fans of the original game that there are drop tracks in Planet Coaster 2. So there are rumours there will be switch tracks in Planet Coaster 2. Hoping there will be, hopefully, because some of the designs that we'll be able to create with drop tracks, switch tracks, will be incredible. It will be good. Planet Coaster 2. And if you're not bothered about Planet Coaster 2 and want to get Planet Coaster 1, or whatever, original Planet Coaster, it's on sale at the minute and it's a great deal. It's like 60p. I think it's 60p or £1 for Planet Coaster 1. So if you're not bothered about Planet Coaster 2 and you want a cheap deal, get Planet Coaster 1 because I've never seen such a good bargain ever. But what do we think's better this season? Thorpe Park or Alton Towers? Because both have their highs and both have their lows, that's for sure. But it's hard. Thorpe Park's definitely getting up there with Alton Towers. Before it was like that. But now it's coming like that. Because Thorpe Park genuinely have done wonders with the park this season. Big Easy Boulevard is a really, really good area. They've got Detonator in there, the drop tower. And it looks fantastic. The whole area looks really good what they've done with that. Actually, props to Thorpe Park because I give them a lot of stick a lot of the time. But what they've done with Big Easy Boulevard, fair enough. They proper pulled out the stops for that, didn't they? And Detonator, that finally got a refurbed. If they're switch tracks, I'm making 13, have 3 of them and send it to Alton Towers email. Let's hope they accept. Send it to me as well because I would love to see some of your Planet Coaster's creations because some of them are incredible I see online, honestly. Thorpe Park by a mile, yeah. It's a soft spot with Alton Towers for me. It's the, I don't know, like the nostalgia, I guess you call it. But I do agree Thorpe Park is a good theme park. But the difference is Alton Towers is a good resort. Thorpe Park is a good theme park. Apart from the theme park, Thorpe Park have near to nothing. Whereas Alton Towers, it's a good resort because they have the hotels, 3 hotels. They have the accommodation. They have the water park. Whereas Thorpe Park, they have the theme park. They have the rides. And then they have shipping containers you can sleep in. So there you go. Not my internet again. Alton Towers on top. I have to agree with you. Alton Towers is still better. Thorpe Park needs more investment like a fam. Thorpe Park have zero family stuff to do. What? Flying fish in that little drop tower? Even Walking Dead's a family ride, but they tried to twist that into a horror thing, didn't they? But yeah, they need more family stuff. But to be honest, I could definitely see that Thorpe Park having more family stuff in the future because obviously we have the beach, which is barely used and it's actually been emptied and all of the sand on the beach has been like extracted. Like the beach is no longer at Thorpe Park. So obviously I think that's going to be for Fright Nights. But in the long term, that beach needs to go. Hands up if you want Amity Beach to go because it's such a waste of space. Let's be honest. It's open like 3 days of the year. They could easily have flat ride or even a family coaster there. It just takes up space for what? For what? Excuse me. Thank you so much for subscribing as well. We're getting quite a bit of subscribers in this stream, so thank you so much. Alton Towers is still better. Thorpe Park needs more investments like a family coaster. Yeah. Yeah, I've read that before. No. I barely know what is going on. No, but Thorpe Park, genuinely, like that beach, it just needs to go. I don't think I've ever been on that beach. The whole time it's been there, the beach has done pretty much nothing. It's just sat there and done nothing for the park. Like when you look at Portaventura and you look at the way they've encompassed like family rides and thrill rides and put it into a themed experience, and you go to Thorpe Park and you haven't got any family rides. It's just a theme park is meant to be for all the family. And I know Thorpe Park are trying to target the teenagers. It's in London, stuff like that. But I do think you need family rides in a theme park. If you want to expand and you want to have a whole family target, you've got to have family parts in a theme park. You can't just have all thrill. Build a Vekoma Super Boomerang in the beach area? Yeah. I would like that. And we need more Vekomas in the UK, because honestly, that company has done wonders since like the early 2000s when they would just put junior boomerangs everywhere. From what they're doing now with Flying Phantasialand, that looks incredible. Vekoma are a manufacturer that just look to be on the rise. Like B&M, watch out. By the way, we also have Penguin Trek that opened at SeaWorld Orlando, and apparently it's got a vibration or a roughness to it. I would love to absolutely go back to Florida. If you could give me a Florida trip for free, Universal, if you're watching, I would head over there, go on Penguin Trek, because I actually really want to do that. And as small as the coaster looks, I just love B&Ms, and it looks interesting. It looks like a very interesting layout. Apparently it's a little bit rough, according to some videos and reviews that I've looked at. And Phoenix, the new B&M inverted coaster that they opened the other week at Busch Gardens as well, that looks really good. But B&M are going into the family market, but they've got to be careful. There's a lot of competition in the family market, because you've got players like Vekoma, you've got players like even like Zamperla doing, you know, quite good family coasters, who are going to be maybe potentially half the price of B&M. B&M have got to have a unique selling point in the family market. Obviously, they're a well-known company. SeaWorld is like B&M's biggest customer, but you've got to be careful with this. I wish I'd talk about park. I wish I talk about the park like everyone is doing this chat, but I can't really talk about Disney because I've been there and it's crowded. Disney is an absolute filled park. They fill that park to the brim. Right, there's so many people there at that park, and I like Disney. Like, I do like Disney and the brands and the movies. I watch the movies loads, but Disneyland as a theme park, I probably won't rush back to. It's a really busy park, and when I queued there like 3 hours for Seven Dwarfs and the Mine Train, you do think, wow, this is a long time. And Universal, I've got to say it, Universal is better than Disney, in my opinion. That's as an enthusiast. What's your favourite B&M model? Favourite B&M model is the Hypercoaster. You pretty much know what you're going to get with them. They're all pretty much very similar. Put a Vekoma Flying Coaster instead of Fort Park's Beach. Could definitely see that. Any coaster instead of Fort Park's Beach, to be honest. Hence why there isn't anything for families at Fort Park. Fort Park is supposed to be the full thrill, which is supposed to be... Okay, that makes sense. They're both in London. Obviously, Chessington family, Fort Park thrill. Yeah, makes sense. Mac is definitely coming for the other manufacturers. We've got to be careful about Mac. B&M, Vekoma, they've all got to be careful about Mac, because Mac is on the on the rise. Especially with Voltron at Europa Park, which looks incredible. Disney is the most overrated. I've got to agree with you there. Disney is very overrated. And I know it means a lot to people. I mean, you see the videos on TikTok of like when they get to the Disney castle and they go like, which is fair enough, like, but I don't know, it's an overrated park and it's so expensive. Disney is one of the most expensive parks you will ever go to. To get in for a day, it's like $200. It's ridiculous, really, when you think about it, to get into a park for, and you know they do the big shows and all that, but it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. The thing Disney is missing, the wider spread of thrill. Yeah, they're very focused on family. What did they open? Tiana's Bayou Adventure. They opened that, didn't they? That log flume, which replaced Splash Mountain. And I was lucky enough to ride Splash Mountain before it closed. That's got such nostalgia to it. The charm of Splash Mountain is incredible. The Rattle on Penguin Trek sounds familiar. B&M Vercoaster that was retracked. Opened in Alton Towers. Yeah. I'm scared with B&M and that rattle because it's genuinely concerning. Why pay so much for Disney? Excuse me, I'm getting a bit of a cough. Why pay so much for Disney when Universal is cheaper and better? I don't know. I think the thing is, when you go to Universal, when you go to Florida and you go to these big places, you do think you have to kind of do it all because you feel like you're gonna miss out. Not the Disney adults. You see it on TikTok all the time. They're like big reactions to the Disney castle. It's good to watch, but I don't know. That will be me when a B&M Hypercoaster is installed in the UK. But we've been mulling over Disney as Disney is so expensive. When we talk about Alton Towers and Fort Park being expensive, and you got Disney charging. Do you know what? Disney is a bit of daylight robbery. I have got to say, that park, and Disney Paris as well. That park's in a bit of a state. Well, I don't know what's going on with the other kind of park to it. I'm not in any rush to go to Disney Paris. I'm really not. Never been to Disney, but I saw a video in Orlando, 35 for yeah, Mickey is. Yeah, Ricky is. Mickey is. That's daylight robbery. £35. Unbelievable. It is genuinely unbelievable. The prices that Disney charge for their stuff. I'll tell you what, I'll get all the the Mickey ears before I go and won't pay for them at the park because I'm sure you can get them on Amazon for like £5. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Can we talk about Blackpool's new possible coaster? Yes, we can. I created a video and it did really well on the channel. So thanks for everyone that watched. Thank you. And yeah, it was an interesting video. We just went through the different models of what potentially could be coming to Blackpool in the next few years with the new coaster. Obviously, Blackpool Pleasure Beach is a bit of concern for them. I think they'll have to take out a big loan if they want a new coaster. Obviously, there's rumours going around that potential third hotel at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Obviously, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, the actual theme park, isn't doing great at the minute, apart from the school trip season. But in terms of like the hotels and hospitality side, they're doing really well. So if they can somehow convert the people who are in the hotels to go to the theme park, then yeah. But they need a new coaster. I think we've pretty much confirmed that they're going to get a new coaster soon that's going to replace the Grand Prix. What that will be, I'd love to see a Mack Extreme coaster. In terms of the manufacturer, I don't think it'll be B&M. They're too expensive. I think Mack could definitely be a potential link between Pleasure Beach and Mack rides, unless Amanda Thompson's a bit betrayed by the fact that Mack went with Thorpe Park to build the tallest and beat the big one. But I think it will be Mack. They've got a good relationship. And I think the Extreme coaster, the spinning coaster, would be a really good fit for the park. Where do you think B&M Hypercoaster would go? If any park, probably maybe Alton Towers. B&M Hypercoaster could go pretty well there. Bro, Disney sucks. They let so many fast people in queues and barely add. Well, as I always say, fast track makes the world go round, eh? The woman at Blackpool Pleasure Beach on opening day was mean. Oh, Amanda Thompson, I think you're referring to. I've never ever had an interaction with her, but you know, I respect the park. They've had a lot of heritage and history in Blackpool and built it up, and I do really like Pleasure Beach. It's still my favourite park in the UK, and it's just the nostalgia of Pleasure Beach, like how they combine old rides and new rides together and how they fit everything in that park. Incredible. CBeebies Land takes Spinball Wizard, I'm going to cry. If I'm honest, I can see that happening, unfortunately, Turtle Boy. I can see that happening because CBeebies Land, it's on the rise. They've had 10 years. Actually, the 10 years celebration has just started again at Alton Towers for summer. They're going to have people like Justin there and all that. But CBeebies Land makes Alton Towers. And I wouldn't be surprised if they want to expand that in the future and get rid of Spinball. Spinball's getting old. Although it had a new computer system installed, it is getting old and we can't deny the fact it's Mara. Is Mara still around? Is Mara even still creating coasters in this day and age? Like, are they still doing stuff? Thank you so much for everyone joining. 18 people watching currently. We've been online for 47 minutes. I feel as though it's an amazing theme park, but the space of the location lets it down. Yeah, definitely. The Blackpool don't have a lot of space, and it's hard to expand because you're on the promenade. But, you know, it's one of those. They don't actually have to submit planning application at Pleasure Beach because back in the day, they let the council build that road underneath Infusion. And because they let the council do that, they don't actually have to have planning permission to build anything. I think that's why it's quite easy to technically build at Pleasure Beach. Easy in terms of getting planning permission because they don't have to get any. Poor Turtle Boy. Yeah. CBeebies Land though, Alton Towers is good. I would like to stay in the CBeebies Land Hotel one day because it looks pretty well themed, to be fair. I'll probably stay live for another 10 minutes and then call it a day because my voice is absolutely killing. And it's hot. It's very hot in here. It is very hot. Very hot. But the queue times recently at parks for like Alton Towers and Pleasure Beach. Can you believe that big one the other day was on 160 minutes? They had to be running that thing on one train. Icon was on 75. Infusion was on 90. Whew. I need a drink after that one. 90 minutes for Infusion. Never ever catch me in that queue. 90 minutes. Have you ever been to Universal? Yeah, I've been to Universal. It's a good park, and I would love to go back, because when I went, half the stuff was closed because of the weather, but I'd love to go back. I never got to do Hagrid's, never got to do Rip Ride Rocket, which I'm gutted about, because that coaster could be removed from Universal soon. Which, do we think Rip Ride Rocket's going to be removed from Universal? Could definitely see it. That's another Mara that's going. All these Mara coasters that are dying out. What's your favourite theme park? In the UK, Blackpool Pleasure Beach. In the world, probably Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, that whole Universal resort. I saw Steel. Oh, Stealth on 110, yes. Jesus, Wicker Man was on 180 minutes earlier this week. I know. The queues have been incredible recently because of school trips. Went to Thorpe Park Monday. School trips. So many queue jumpers. If you want to know queue jumpers, go to Portaventura because they will happily queue jump all the people there and then they'll say they didn't do it. Can you believe it? I'll tell you this little story now, actually. I was in the queue for the drop tower at Portaventura, right? In the queue, we waited a good like 20 minutes, and this was for about an hour queue for the drop tower. There was these people, right, that came to the merge, well, kind of like the merge point between single rider and the main queue. Literally, a group of like 6-7 people jumped in the queue in front of us, and then, you know, we were like, you've just jumped in there, like, you just jumped in front of us. And they were like, no, we haven't. And we're like, yeah, the queue starts back there. Like, look at all the people behind us. And they're like, no, the queue's here. And I was like, no, the queue's back there. Anyway, unbelievable. And the thing is with Portaventura, they'll happily queue jump and nothing was said. They need to introduce a scheme like Thorpe Park where you can scan the QR code and report people, get security to remove them, because no, we've queued 30 minutes there and you've just pushed in. Wasn't here for the first bit of the stream. Do you think school trips have come to an end now? Yes, yeah, school trips ended now. Unless you got like the extra kind of club things that they do, school trips have come to an end. Well, Blackpool over Alton Towers. Yeah, I know Blackpool over Alton Towers, but I've actually been visiting Blackpool Pleasure Beach before I started going to Alton Towers. So I think it's just that nostalgia, and no matter how the park does and what the state it's currently in, I think I'll always have that connection with Pleasure Beach. I've been going there for ages. I remember riding the Wild Mouse and going on that little tiny train that felt like it was going to fall off the track. And then, of course, that got ripped down. I remember being there in the opening months for Icon. It has a lot of nostalgia, and I've gone to Pleasure Beach. I've been a loyal customer for Pleasure Beach for ages. My sister saw Oblivion higher than 100 minutes. Incredible. No, Rio Ride won't be removed for a couple of years yet. I've got much more going on with Epic, and it's a queue eater. Yeah, Rip Ride Rocket, yeah. They've got Epic Universe, which looks incredible. The Mac, is it Mac? I'm not sure. The coasters in there look incredible anyway. Who would have thought that Zamperla made Hero and then helped make Top Thrill 2? Wow, they've come a long way. They've come a long way, but I'm not sure how much that way is going to continue, the way they've done Top Thrill 2. It's been closed forever. Yes, my Tuesday trips are saved. No more school trips. Yes! Come on, Sammy H. Come on. Hopefully those 50-minute and hour queues will maybe be a bit less. I only went Blackpool twice, but both times Big One was shut. Like, come on. Yeah, Big One's always closed. It's the wind. It's the wind in Blackpool. The sea. The wind on the coast. Hi, you Dodgeable Gaming and Coasters. How many people got on stream? 17 people watching. Thank you so much for watching tonight. What is the worst ride you have ever been on? Tough question. There's a lot of bad rides. There's a lot of bad rides, especially in the UK, I have to say. But I think the worst ride that I've ever been on is probably Hero. Hero is the worst ride, probably, because the thing is, when you have a bad ride, like, I'm going to say it, Saw, because of the theming, you can kind of excuse that it's a bit rough. But with Hero, they made zero effort with the theming. You just got pebbles down there like it's a driveway. And it's a bad coaster. Isn't there a Hero type of coaster in North Korea? Yes, there is, I believe. There's a lot of the Zamperla Volets out there. Thoughts on Hyperia? Amazing, incredible coaster. The fact that we have that in the UK is unbelievable. I'm sorry this stream hasn't been like as, you know, fancy as the other stream. It's just, it's been a busy day today and I haven't really had time to prep it. You would have noticed that maybe I was a couple minutes late to stream because I literally got home. I was like, quickly set everything up and just went live. I looked on the Alton Towers app and got scared because all the rides had closed. Then I realised it was closing time was 5. Yeah, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the app. And if you like don't literally live in Alton Towers, then you can't actually see the queue times. So yeah, if you can't see the queue times, I would use there's an app called queuetimes.com, I think it's called. And you get to see the Alton Towers queue times when you're not even in the park. They're probably not as accurate, but the fact that you get to view it when you're outside the park is pretty good. I feel like building Big One was a bad move for Blackpool because obviously they knew that it was always windy in Blackpool and would close the Big One. They just built it to be different. Yeah, I would agree, but then again, Big One has done really well for Pleasure Beach, and even though they built Icon, people still go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the Big One. No matter how tall Hyperia is at Thorpe Park, the fact that they've got big ones still at Pleasure Beach and still's one of the tallest in the UK. People still go there, and can we appreciate the fact of how reckless the big one record has just gone down over the years? Like, tallest in the world, tallest in Europe, tallest in the UK, one of the tallest in the UK. It's just gone downhill. What ride do you wish was rethemed? The Walking Dead the ride, definitely. I would love to just have that coaster in my power and just theme it and do stuff to it, because it's got a lot of potential, but that potential wasn't used by Thorpe Park. They were like, let's buy the Walking Dead IP and do nothing with it. Yay. Hyperia over Voltron, really? Hyperia over Voltron. I haven't heard that before. What ride do you wish? I've got a plan to get on every ride I want to at Alton Towers. It's worked. Do you have any? Let me read that again because I didn't understand. I've got a plan to get on every ride I want to at Alton Towers. It's worked. Do you have any? If you're talking about plans to do the most that you can at Alton Towers, I'd always say start off at Dark Forest, do 13 and Rita, because number one, they'll be quiet. Number two, in terms of getting the trains out on those coasters, I think are pretty bad from my experience. Like, the queues can build up, especially on Rita. That thing is terrible at getting trains out. And then I'd go to Forbidden Valley for Nemesis Galactica. I'd then go over to Oblivion, do Oblivion. I'd then go over to Spinball, and then end on either Smiler or Wickerman. That's how I would do it. And that's what I've done in the past, and I've managed to get on most of the coasters. I usually miss out Rita because it's a long queue and it's Rita. I've got to make Walking Dead X again. It would be so good. Never experienced Hex, so I can't account for the hype, but it did look pretty good. I'm just think of bringing it more up to 2024. You know, Walking Dead, is it still that big of a brand IP? I've never watched the series, but is it still that big of a brand IP? I'm not sure. I want to see how Alton Towers could do with unlimited money. Wow. With unlimited money, Alton Towers would be one of the most beautiful, best theme parks in the world. The location, like, you could have the best roller coasters in any car park, but the theming and the scenery at Alton Towers is just different. Like, you've got the gardens, 500 acres, incredible park. Yes, Mania, Smiler is so good. It's Big Bob, it's Big Bob Radio Show. He was here last week, it's back. It's Big Bob Radio Show. Listen to him at Thorpe Park on Stealth. He's back for another stream. Thank you so much for joining. By the way, WWTP Radio is the best radio ever in the world. The Beach Boys always playing. Oasis, love it. Intamin Blitz in place of Rita. Yeah, definitely could see it happen. 110%. My plan is 13, Rita, Smiler, Oblivion, Nemesis Galactica, Blade, then Wickerman, then see if I can get any rewrites. Nice plan. Very similar plans. We'll go live for another 10 minutes, probably 10 past 8, and we'll call it a day because we talked about a lot today. We'll probably go live again next Friday and talk about the opening day of Gold Rush, and hopefully this can be a regular thing. And share the stream so more people can see it. Share the stream. Thank you. And hit the like button if you haven't already, because honestly, your support is so greatly appreciated, and doing little things like liking the button and stuff like that can really help boost the channel. So thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot. In terms of parks in the UK, in terms of the ranking of my parks, it'll probably be Pleasure Beach, Alton Towers, and then Thorpe Park. What is the most intense ride you've ever been on? Intense ride? You're going to be shocked about this, but Revolution at Blackpool Pleasure Beach is genuinely an intense ride. It's intense. Like, you don't realise, but it's an intense ride. Like, that inversion going backwards, genuinely, sometimes you grey out because of how intense that coaster is. All the UK theme park futures just do one massive collab. That would be pretty funny, to be fair. That would be pretty funny. That would be very good. Has anyone here been to the Alton Towers like media event that they did where they sold off loads of the stuff? I didn't get invited, but it did look like an incredible event, and I would have loved to get my hand on either a Nemesis poster or anything. I would have bidded. I would have been probably gone into bankruptcy by the end of the event, but some of the stuff that they got on that event was incredible. On the 9th, I'll be watching the day before I go to Alton Towers again. I'm so excited to get back. Alton Towers, one of the best parks. I reckon Gold Rush are going to be... Yeah, I think Gold Rush is being slept on. I think it'll be a really good coaster. Maybe not top 3 or 5 in terms of thrill coasters, but in family coasters, I reckon it'll be the best in the UK. Oh my god, yeah, Revolution is lethal. I tell you, Revolution is an intense coaster and it's overlooked by so many people and it's underrated. It's not talked about enough. I'm at Fort Park tomorrow. Wish me luck with the weather. Is the weather going to be good or bad? Either way, I'd be struggling. If it was raining, I'd be complaining. If it's sunny, I'd be complaining. The only good food at Alton Towers is the pizza from the new place near Oblivion Woodcutter's Bar and Grill. I've had the pizza down at Oblivion. It is good. It was very good. I've actually tried out a lot of the food places at Alton Towers. Actually, I think I've tried out every single food place at the park, apart from the burger place and the kebab places, because that's not my kind of food. I don't like that. But I haven't tried out the burger kitchen either, because once again, I don't like burgers. But I've tried out most of the places, and I have to say, the buffet is nice, and also the pizzas down at Oblivion is really nice as well, and the fish and chips is good value as well. Yeah, I saw that on TPWW Theme Park Worldwide channel when Sean showed his Nemesis wheel cover. Yeah, he got that. Incredible. I wonder how much he paid for that. I don't know. I would love to get my hands on some of that merch though. The only like piece of merch, like, you know, like ride hardware that I have. Well, actually, I have quite a few. I have a wheel from Shockwave, a overhead restraint from Ice Blast, a Valhalla shield. I've got a big one seatbelt, and I've got a piece of wood. It's only a small bit of wood from Big Dipper. So yeah. Excuse me, how do you not like burgers? I don't like burgers. I don't know why. I just never, since I was like 3, I just don't like burgers. Whenever I go places, I usually just get chicken strips. You can't go wrong with them. Like, how can you, if you mess up chicken strips, you've got a big problem with the kitchen staff, because just put them in the oven or whatever. Fryer. But genuinely, in terms of like what's happening with the channel and what videos we've got coming, we've got some vlogs from Port Ventura still coming out. There's going to be a very interesting review video coming out on Sunday and Monday, so stay tuned for that. And there's going to be a Europa Park video coming in August, and there's going to be more kind of sit-down videos, just talking really, and of course loads of trips to Alton Towers, Fort Park, all the usual, all the stuff that hopefully you want to see. Do you like Minecraft? I've got to be honest, I've never ever played the game. I know it might come as a shock, but I've never ever played Minecraft. What is your favourite inversion in the world? Oh, it's difficult. Do you know what? I'm not keen, not that I'm not keen on inversions, but I prefer airtime over inversions. Like, if you had to give me a coaster, I'll go with airtime any time of the day. Inversions are good, but when you've been on when you've been on quite a bit of coasters, like I even just talk about all the coasters at Alton Towers or Fort Park, inversions can become a little bit boring. Like, you know what they're going to give, except from that inversion on Hyperia, because that is lethal. And I think you have to have a nice combination between airtime and inversions. You can't just have one or the other. And I think that's where maybe B&M Hypers are let down a bit, because they don't have any inversions, and B&M have never really tried to make inversions on the coasters. But yeah, I think my favourite inversion is Zero G Rolls, pretty standard. But on Shockwave, that thing used to be great. What are your thoughts on the Prime drink? I've never ever tried Prime. Actually, I might have tried it. I can't remember. I might have tried some of my cousins. I don't think so though, but I don't know. The colours are nice, I guess. I have an old Mutiny bar coin. It was from Pirate Takeovers. I never went and don't know what year it's from, so I think it's rare. Keep it. You never know how much it might be worth in the future. I'm home, Ed, so it's exciting. The school kids will be gone in theme parks in September. Oh, so that'll be good for you then. You can head over to for Alton Towers. Get the nice rides in, 0-minute queues hopefully. My favourite inversion is the one after the second airtime hill and Smiler. Yep. But the only thing that lets Smiler down is those last 2 inversions, because your head just goes like that. I'm taking my friend to Drayton Manor for the first time, so they will be told all the facts. Yep. When an enthusiast takes you to a park, you've got to be ready for the mountain of facts, the avalanche of facts that they're gonna get, because trust me, that friend will never forget that day with the amount of facts that will be coming out of them. And I just want to say thank you so much for having 18 people watching. Thank you so much. We've been pretty consistent at 18 today, so thank you. Thank you so much. We'll go live for another 3 minutes or so. Imagine if someone who isn't enthusiast, you say that a ride is lethal, they will never go on a coaster again. Yeah, you've got to be in the right community to say that kind of language. Lethal. Hero's lethal. I don't know why they built that thing. If you want to be a hero, experience hero. I remember the advert, what, 2014, 2013. Yeah, that hero. Terrible ride. Terrible, terrible ride. Vampire, best family coaster in the UK. It won't be Gold Rush. I like Vampire, but dare I say it's maybe a little bit overrated? Maybe. Sorry. Please don't hate. Please don't hate. But yeah, Vampire is a good family coaster. The first half doesn't really do much. But when you go up that second lift hill, it can actually get pretty intense, especially going under the tunnel. My dad said the original Nemesis looked dirty. So it's meant to look dirty. It's meant to be rustic. I bet my friends hate me every time we go. I'm like, it's rather you sprint until you fall over or get left behind. Sorry. Sammy H. That's what it is. You got to get on those rides. You got to get on the rides. You thinking of going to any Towers Times attraction source in the future? I would love to go to a Towers Times attraction source in the future, but I can never get tickets for it. By the time I've logged on, they're already sold out. It's unbelievable how quick those tickets get sold out for Towers Times and attraction source events. They go within 2 seconds. Vampire is so overrated. I agree. I think it's a bit overrated. Don't hate on me. Vampire is overrated. Sorry. Andrew Mayhem might even be better. I'm taking my friend to Fort Park soon and have already bombarded them with the facts. They can expect a lot more to come. There you go. Lucky friends. Lucky friends. When I went to my school bus, I always went, did you know Nemesis is a B&M Invert roller coaster which opened in 1994? I was like that. That's it. That's it. Get the facts in. Get the facts in. You never know. You could be breeding a new enthusiast right there. Mate trying to get tickets for Tower Times. It's like trying to get concert over. I know, it's like trying to get concert tickets for Taylor Swift or something. Mate, I just want to go to Alton Towers, do the exclusive ride time, do the meet and greets kind of stuff. It's sold out. Is this a personal's? Is this a personal? Mate, I used to? I don't know what's going on in the chat, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna call it a day. We've gone for an hour and 67 minutes we've been going for, which is a pretty long time. I'm pretty tired. Have you been on the new Velocicoaster? I've been on Velocicoaster. Fabulous ride. Fabulous, fabulous. But no, it is genuinely an incredible ride. The theme is good on it. Good coaster. The dinosaurs and the velociraptors or whatever are really good theming. And the stool on it is great. Although, I've heard that it's not good as Hyperia's stool. So I don't know, but they're both pretty good. And I like the lap bars on Velocicoaster as well. This has been a great stream. Thank you so much. It's mental. This will be the last chat that I reply to. It's mental how quick they sell out. I've been lucky to get 3 Tower Times events. How are they? Are they good? I would definitely like to go. Obviously, you have to pay. If you have Merlin Pass discount, it doesn't matter. You still have to pay for these events. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Next few weeks, there'll be loads of videos coming out. I'm not sure whether there'll be a video tomorrow. I'll try and get one up. But yeah, there's going to be Ferrari Land vlogs, a few PortAventura ones to come. Got a few sit-down videos on the way, Europa Park videos, Alton Towers, Fort Park, Chesington, all the usual stuff. That'll be on the way very soon for a very fun summer. Who's just left school today? Very fun events. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It's been a great stream. Thank you so much. And I will see you same time, same place next week for another stream. See ya.